On Friday, the 13th of September, 2024, a local bar in Blitz town had a huge power source explosion, causing it to burn to ashes, seeming very much like an accident. But was it really an accident? Is this all just one big coincidence? Today, we'll be diving even deeper into the story of the burning bar.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sak.
And I'm Xiu. We'll be your hosts today for Sak-Xiu Talks. Our topic for today is something quite complicated and chilling, if I do say so myself.
Right, so just a little backstory of our topic. There's this local bar located in a small isolated town far off from the city of Lunox called Celestestown. It was officially launched on May 1st, 2020 and was pretty successful. Business was booming, things were going well. But however, it has been said to have a constant rotation of bartenders almost every year. Old bartenders would quit and new ones would continue to replace them. Except, there was one particular worker who witnessed it all, from the very beginning until the final collapse.
Before we begin, we would like to pay our condolences to the deceased, Sut, the bartender who unfortunately lost his life due to this incident, and his family members who've been through it all.
Today, we're here with the iron worker who's been through thick and thin. Please welcome Miss Rika.
Hello.
Hi!
So, it's such a pleasure to be able to meet you in person and have you join us here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, so could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Rika. I worked at the bar since it first opened, and I was Sut's co-worker for a year.
Right. So, how's life? Like, what have you been doing recently?
Life has been, I guess, very quiet. Nothing's really been going on, but right now I'm working as a waitress at my mom's coffee shop.
So how has this event affected your life?
It affected my life in a lot of different ways, I think. Like, it took a long time for me to process everything, and I basically just isolated myself from everything. It was really hard even just listening to the music that was playing from that night.
So how did you cope with everything that's happened?
I actually went through therapy for like a whole year. So yeah, it was very difficult for me. Like, yeah.
How do you feel about all of this?
I feel very traumatized, to be honest. Yeah, it was a lot to process, like with almost losing my life and then witnessing someone losing their life, and
Right.
I understand. So let's not beat around the bush and let's get straight in our story today, shall we?
Right.
So, do you feel that there was something different, or did you notice anything strange happening during that night of the incident?
So, not that night specifically, but a lot of strange things has been happening to Sut. You know, the victim who lost his life during this incident, according to his brother. Actually, I had a little talk to his brother during Sut's funeral, and I got to know a little more details about things that happened to him leading up to that night. He said that Sut went through a lot of near-death experience before actually, passing. He almost got hit by a car and he got electrocuted and stuff. But from my own personal experience on the night before, it was during a holiday and there wasn't a lot of employees. It was mostly just me and him taking over everything, and yeah, we had a lot to do. It was a very busy night. There was a lot of customers. Yeah, but when I was busy serving customers and stuff, I was looking at Sut's direction and I was calling out to him to get his attention to get an order, right? But then he was just busy talking to someone on a chair. But yeah, he was making all these gestures, making eye contact, and basically just talking, right?
To himself.
Yeah. But there was no one on the chair, and honestly, I kind of just brushed it off. I thought nothing of it. I thought maybe this guy's a little drunk or something, or he didn't have enough sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So do you think this may have been related to Seth's death in any way?
Possibly could have, but you know, he wasn't a very superstitious guy. Like, I mean, he did not believe in those stuff. Very stubborn. Like, anytime anyone would bring up like stories like that, he would just kind of make fun of it, I guess. And as bad as this sounds, I do sort of believe that this was his karma. Like, okay, no offense to the deceased, but I did try to warn him multiple times about his behavioral patterns, and yeah.
So, could you tell us more about Seth? Who was he like? What was he like?
Oh, Seth was a very interesting guy. Not the best guy, if I do say so myself. Like, he's a very good worker, alright? But if as a person, I wouldn't say that he's a very good person. He always left like the bar with a girl and like always made them uncomfortable and just not very professional. But he did have very good work ethic.
So you don't seem to like Seth too much, do you?
Yeah, I don't think he liked me that much either.
Right. Okay, so we were just wondering, like, where were you the night of the incident, and like, what were you doing?
Honestly, it was just a regular day. Like, I went to work as usual, put on my uniform and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Just like the ordinary stuff. Right.
So, could you let us know more about what happened from your experience, or what do you know from that night?
Okay, well, there was a little strange things like that happened before, you know, the actual incident. But yeah, when I came to work, it was a normal day, right? But I did notice that Seth was very short-tempered. Like, he just felt very off for some reason. I don't know what he went through before coming to work, but I noticed that he was very like agitated. And then like when I went to the bathroom, I heard his voice just like yelling or like very angry. He sounded very angry. Yeah, but you know, I didn't want to make the situation more awkward for him, so I kind of just walked out and waited until he left the bathroom. Yeah, but I couldn't make out what he was saying though. Like, the music was very loud. There was a lot of people.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, when he came out of the bathroom, like, I've never seen him this angry before. Such a very like, you know, lighthearted guy. He doesn't take anything seriously. Yeah, but he just came out looking really angry, and he kept on like looking in the distance, like going in a trance and like zoning out during work. And he's usually not like that. And there was another thing, right? The power kept on like going in and out for like 2-3 hours, which was very concerning. Like, we were, you know, working at a bar, like a whole party going on, like a lot of music, the lights and stuff, but then it kept on like shutting on and off. But then when we were just trying our best to make everything work, I noticed from the corner of my eye, like, he walked into the stock room, assuming that he went to get some like more wine or something. Yeah, and then I just went back to serving customers like usual until we all heard like a loud explosion, and it caused the lights to go out. And then yeah, everyone just yelled fire, and I freaked out. Like, the alarm was going off, like everyone was screaming, everyone was running towards one exit. There was only one exit in the entire bar, and yeah, like I panicked. I couldn't think of anything else, or like I wasn't logical at all. I just ran out, and then yeah, and then when I got out was when I realized Seth was still inside the stock room. Yeah, and then his friend, I think he was there during that night. His friend came out just looking very, very devastated, and that's when I realized, oh, something is wrong, right? So when the firefighters came and stuff, and when he kind of calmed down, I asked him about it, and he said that Sud is still inside the stock room, and that Sud's friend tried to run there and try to like open the door, but he said the metal door was like extremely cold, just weirdly cold. Yeah, and just think about it, like a fire was going on, it was very warm, and like the air was just like thick with smoke and everything. So it was weird for the doors to be cold, right?
Right.
Yeah, but the weirdest part is it was locked shut. It was like just locked. Which is weird because the lock of the door has been broken for weeks, and you can only lock the door from outside. You cannot lock yourself inside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Which was very, very strange.
That is strange. Wait, So, do you think this could be like supernatural?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what other explanation is there, right? Like, it just didn't add up. Yeah. But there was something that did confirm that it was supernatural during the funeral. Yeah.
Oh, what happened during the funeral?
Well, during Sut's funeral, I witnessed Sut's friend, right? The one who tried to help him that night. He got possessed, and the spirit was acting like Sut, like acting as if Sut's soul like was the one who possessed Sut's friend. But yeah, it was acting like all pitiful and crying to his family. But Sut's aunt, she's very spiritual. Like she had a knack for spiritual things, and she knew immediately that it wasn't Sut. And she like screamed at the spirit to get out of his body. Yeah, but turns out the spirit was the girl Sut's been talking to the entire time. She started breaking character and kept saying stuff that he deserved it, that guys like him needs to be burned up from this earth. They didn't deserve to live another day. Yeah, and his aunt shouted at her, demanding the reason why she would say such horrible things. That's when she told us what happened between her and Sut, plus all the suffering that happened in her past life, which is why she targets people like Sut.
I see. So, what happened?
So, between her and Sut, so remember when I said about how Sut is with girls, right? Yeah, so she became one of the victims, right? He tried to like talk to her and like she was resisting him, which was what I heard in the bathroom, the girl bathroom. Who he was arguing with was actually he tried to do horrible things to her, which it was.
So it pushed her to her limits, right?
It really did push her to the limits, which is why she did what she did. But if we're talking about her past life, then yeah, she was actually an orphan, and she worked at this KTV like just to make a living. And at the KTV, men treated her very horribly. Like they would harass her and hurt her to the point they killed her. Yeah, but she was an orphan, so it kind of went all unnoticed.
Right. Oh, so that's why she said all those things about Sut and did those things to Sut. And yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why workers like him kept dropping out too. Like maybe she was involved in that. Come to think of it, she's kind of pitiful.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of get her. Like, even if it wasn't the right thing to do, she did have a pretty good motive in some way.
Yeah. So, do you know what happened after that?
Well, everyone probably saw the news already, but a few weeks after, the incident, while the cops were investigating the scene of the, accident, they discovered a corpse buried under the building after doing an autopsy. They found out that she was one of the workers from the KTV that was originally in the same location that, the building burned. They found signs of harassment and raping done to her, which is just evidence and confirmation that it did happen to her and that it was actually her that was talking on that night.
Yeah, oh my god. So basically, like, her soul was just filled with hatred and got bound to that building all these years, unable to rest with peace. That sounds very torturous, right?
Oh, but is she still there now?
No, she's gone.
Right. But how did they free her?
So after the police found her body under the bar, they actually waited for a whole month for her family member or like someone to like take her body or something to like make a, I guess, ceremony for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one came in, so they just went ahead and did a small ceremony for her.
So this story basically just revolves around fire. It started with fire and ended with fire.
Yeah, kind of like fighting fire with fire.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess it's time to wrap things up now. Thank you, Miss Rika, for sharing this very heavy and personal experience. I'm sure it must have had a great toll on you. So thank you so much for your bravery in letting your side of the story known to the world.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really a pleasure to just share my experience and share more about what happened. I hope that more people can learn more about this and, be more responsible, I guess.
Yeah.
So we would like to express our deepest gratitude towards the viewer for tuning into this episode of Sak-Xiu Talks, and a huge thank you to Mr. Jack for sponsoring today's video. It wouldn't have been possible without you.
That's all from us today. Thank you everyone. Enjoy your weekend, stay safe, don't go into any sketchy bars, and do not flirt with random girls.
Or just flirt respectfully.